Right, okay, so a few people have asked me how I did this fancy fashion lace on the bond. And the reason it's called fashion lace is because multiple numbers of stitches are moved across in one row, which creates this nice sort of fully fashioned look. You know, like a decrease on a raglan, it has that nice thick 3 stitches which make that nice line, that crisp line. You see, that sort of makes that effect in between the lace. That's why it's called fashion lace. So I just made this pattern up as I went. It's rather basic really, but it looks quite effective. So I'm going to show you how I did it, because a few people have been asking me how I did it. So this is the Incredible sweater machine, the Bond Incredible sweater machine. It's the same as any other Bond, and you can adapt this to any knitting machine if you like, any gauge, it doesn't matter. So basically we need to find our centre stitch, which is this one at the right of 0 there, and we need our single prong transfer tool to transfer that one to the needle to its left, like that, and then count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be to the right of number 10, needle number 10, and transfer that one to the left. And then so on across the row, count another 10, including the one with 2 stitches on you just transferred. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that should be to the right of 20. So there we go, now we've got 5 stitches left on this side, so we'll just leave those. And exactly the same to the right of 0, starting from this one where we have the gap, that one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it should be to the right of number 10 on the right hand side of 0, and transfer that to the left. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again it should be to the right of 20, and so on across the row. So it should look like that. Now you can either put those needles in hold and knit the row and then push them back to forward position and then knit back to create your eyelet, or you could just leave the latches open and then just knit 2 rows. Sometimes the Bond doesn't like to catch those stitches, especially with the USM carriage, for whatever reason, I've noticed in the past. But anyway, with this old Bond carriage, it seems to pick up those, lays the yarn into the hook okay, so without dropping it, so we'll have a go. So we need to knit 2 rows. So there we are, we have our eyelets. And that's the start of the pattern. Now, we need our 3-prong transfer tool, starting at either the right or the left side of 0, it doesn't matter. But this is our new stitch we've just made, here, for where the eyelet's underneath. We need to get those 3 stitches beside it, and transfer those 1 needle to the left. Doing this one-handed here because I don't have a tripod, so it's pretty difficult. There we go. So that should be your empty needle. It should start making a V-shaped pattern. So your empty needle should be to the left there of 0. So anyway, we need to now go to this one here. There's our newly formed stitch. So to the right of that, the newly formed stitch should be on needle 10, on the right side of 10. So there's our new stitch. We need to get these 3 and transfer those 1 to the right. Like so. So now we should have an empty needle there, an empty needle there, and 7 in work. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, 7 in work. So now we just need to do the same on the other side of this eyelet here. There's our newly formed stitch from this eyelet here. So we need to get those 3 stitches on this side of it and transfer those 1 needle to the left. Like so. And again on this side, wherever there's an eyelet like that, you need to transfer 1 stitch like that to the side of it. And again on this side. I'm trying to explain it the best I can. It's quite difficult to explain, but hopefully you can see visually what I'm doing. So that's all at the left side. Start on the right side. I hope this doesn't look too confusing. Just doing that all the way along. There we are. So it should look like this all the way along. So starting from the centre here, there's our first eyelet. Now we've just done these. We should have a needle in the centre, 2 either side, 7 stitches in work, an empty needle, a needle in work, an empty needle, 7 stitches, an empty needle, a needle in work, an empty needle, and so on either side. Oops, I've dropped that one as well. I'll try and pick this up here. Use my right hand. There we go. So yeah, like I said, 7 needles in work, a needle out of work, needle in work, needle out of work, 7 stitches in work, needle out, needle in, needle out, and again, for however many stitches you have across. So it should begin to make this sort of V-shaped pattern, as you can see, like this. So now, again, make sure your latches are open, and leave them in work. Or you, like I said, you can bring them out into holding position, knit a row, then push them back to forward position with the latches open, and then knit back. If you don't think or you don't want the strands of yarn not to catch in the needles. But I'm quite confident with my bond, so hopefully we shan't drop any. So now this is 2 rows again. And that's what it should look like. So now, exact same thing again, just moving 1 needle to the side of where this newly formed stitch is. like that, and we're transferring 3 stitches at a time. It's just basically exactly what I've just done on the last row, but moving one needle to the side a bit. We're doing this all the way along, again on this side. Now you'll find that there will be 2 stitches, sorry, yes, 3 stitches on one needle here, where number 5 is, and so on along, and I've dropped some stitches there. I need to fix those. Hang on, just let me pause a minute while I fix those stitches. Sorry about that. Right, so basically where this number 5 is on the right of it, this is on the right hand side of 0, you'll have 3 stitches on one needle. And that goes for the left of 5, and so on across the row, where you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 needles in work. The centre one of those group of 5, will have 3 stitches on. Sorry, this is very difficult to do with one hand. As you can see, it's a lot of hand manipulation, and it's a lot easier and quicker when you've got 2 hands and not trying to film yourself doing it. There we go. So we will have, starting at the centre of 0, we'll have 3 needles in work, and then the needles either side of those 3 out of work, and there'll be a group of 5. Again, that centre one of those 5 will have 3 stitches on it. So group of 5, needle out of work, group of 3, needle out of work, group of 5, needle out of work, group of 3, needle out of work, so on along the row. So now again, make sure those latches are open in work, those empty needles, otherwise you will drop them, especially on the bond. Now we need to knit 4 rows. So there we go, that's our first start of the V shape. Now you'll notice here where we had those group of 3 just there, that will now become our new centre stitch. You see there's that next group, and there'll be 10 needles in between. So here it'll be right on this where this the right needle of number 5, the needle to the right of number 5 on the left, and the needle to the right of number 5 on the right side of 0. So those will become our new centre stitches, and we transfer those to the left. So once you found the first centre stitch, again you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on across the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. There we go, and that's it. So we've got needle out to work 10, needle out to work 10, needle out to work 10, needle out to work 10. Make sure the needles are in open and in work. And then it's just exactly the same as what I've just shown you to do for this first V. So I'll do all that part again. If you need to see how I did that again, just skip back to the beginning of the video, because otherwise we'll be here all day me trying to film this. And that is one repeat, that first section I just showed you, and then this next section is one repeat of the pattern, and you just continue that as you go. So I'll just finish this last repeat and knit a few rows and take it off the machine and show you what it looks like. Right, I just thought I'd tell you that as you get to this last section, the second section of the pattern, of one pattern repeat, right, like this was the first one I've just shown you how to do, and that's the next section of it that I've just completed, which was like in the middle, if you get what I mean. You get to this point where you'll have your 3 needles and then 1 empty either side, and then you'll just knit another 4 rows and then go right back to where you started again, which was on the right of centre 0, and then continue as I showed you. So I'll just knit a few rows and then take this off the machine. Right, so here we go, let's try and break this off now. There we go. So let's release this from the machine without it crashing to the floor. Oops. Don't know how I'm going to try and do this, hang on. I don't know what the camera's looking at. There we go. So I'll try and gently, you shouldn't do this, but it's quicker. You shouldn't pull the elastic out of your hem, because it can break the vinyl strips in between. But it's a bit easier for me, so, because I'm trying to film this. So I will get this laid onto something which you'll be able to see it through. Let's use the box here from my bond. So that was 2 pattern repeats, that's 1 and that's 2. Doesn't look that good really, because I need to stretch it out really so you can see it better. Let me just try and do that for you now. So there you go. There's the fashion lace. That's what it'll look like. That's a rather basic type, but anyway, hopefully you get to try this. So yeah, hopefully I didn't make it sound too complicated for you, but anyway, thank you for watching.